Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. And today I'll be taking you on a project on how to cut and draft patterns for boxers, the undergarment for guys. Yeah, the first thing we are going to do is to pick our fabric and then fold it into two and spread it out. Material into two parts with the up and the positive part of the clothes facing each other. Then you go on to start drafting your pattern. So, but before you draft your pattern, there are things I need to let you know. Folded your fabric into two equal parts. Now you need to understand that the pattern for boxer has two parts. We have the front part and we have the back part. Now the front part has two pieces and the back part also has two pieces. So the first thing we are going to be doing now is to transfer our measurement for the front pattern to the fabric. So after drafting that of the front, then we cut it out. Then we use the front pattern to cut out the back pattern. Okay, so like I said, we are transferring our measurement now to the fabric, and then we pull out the length. The length we are using is going to be 18 inches. So first thing is you mark your 18 inches. After marking your 18 inches, we add the sewing allowance. The sewing allowance is going to be 2 inches at the top and 1 inch at the bottom. So we go like 2, that's making 20, then 1 inch, making 21 inches for the whole length. Then you come here also and pull out the same thing, 21 inches on this other part also. Then you use your ruler to join your lines together. So having done that, the next thing to look out for is the length of the crouch. Length of the crouch is meant to be, for me, I'm going to be using 12 so that it will be very free when the user will be using it. So I'm using 12, then I also add 2 inches of the folding allowance at the top, which makes it 14 inches for the crouch length. Now, with our crouch set, we need to now measure the thigh, the wideness of the thigh, and we'll be using 27 inches for the wideness of the thigh. So 27 inches divided into 2 will give us 13 and a half. So we take our measurements on 13 and a half. You mark 13 and a half out, and then at the bottom we are using 24 for the round bottom, and that is 12. 24 divided into 2 will give us 12. So we mark 12 here, and then we mark another 1.5 inch here for the part that we are going to be folding, and then we join this thigh together with this bottom part. So with this joint now, we need to now check what we are going to use for the waist, and we would always get that from the thigh. We take out 2.5 inches from the thigh measurement. So when you take out 2.5 inches from the thigh measurement, what you have here is 11. Then you go up here at the waist and mark it also 11. Then you join together. Now, this is coming out straight, which is not supposed to be. You are meant to add another 3/4 inches at this point to bring out the slant flow of the crouch. So, seeing that this part is straight, which is not meant to be, the normal human body figure is not straight and it is bulgy in front and at the back. Therefore, we will slant this side to accommodate the hip and the bulge which is in front and it's also behind of our boxer project. So we add 3/4 inch to get that slant. So seeing that we have been able to successfully draft out the pattern for the front part of the boxer, the next thing we have to do now is to cut out the front pattern with a pair of scissors. So now this is our front pattern, which we've been able to cut out, draft and cut out from the main fabric. Now the next thing is to lay our front pattern on the remaining fabric so as to cut out, measure and draft out the back pattern and cut it out from the fabric. So the next thing we need to do now is to bring out the measurements, and the first thing we'll be doing is to measure 3 inches from the thigh. After running a line, we measure 3 inches from the thigh, and then at the bottom we measure 2 inches and come up a little and measure another 2 inches and then join them together. So at the top again, we move to the top, we measure 2 inches at the top, another 2 inches at the middle top, and then we join together the lines. Yes, we join together with a ruler. After joining together, we create a curve for the back side, the same way it is for the front side. So we have successfully been able to draft out the pattern for the back side of the boxer. So the next thing we need to do now is to carefully cut out this back side from the fabric. So this is our front pattern and likewise our back pattern for this project of boxer drafting and cutting, or pattern drafting for boxer and cutting. So that brings us to the end of this first part of our boxer production series. And I believe with these few tips and this few guide on how to draft and cut patterns for boxer production, you'll be able to add more knowledge to what you have before. So why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be notified when we upload and make the other part of the production video available. Thank you. See you next time for the next video.